could not seem to sing the praises without pain. Amazing to see what I.
What's going on with you? We're here for the Virgo energy because we're doing bonus readings right now, alright? So, shout out to the Virgos for your viewership during this past week. I appreciate y'all and everyone that's been tuning in just to watch Virgo energy in general, alright? Now, I may cuss, but I don't curse. And with that being said, let's get into this, alright? For those people looking on the website, things have been adjusted. You can now go there and even get a complimentary chemistry call, right? Meaning you don't have to spend any money. You can just set up an arrangement via my calendar, which has been made visible. You can see busy slots and entry slots, or times that I can be reached when I'm not busy as well. So you can find out when to, plan a Google Meet, and we can chop it up and just see if we are fit for each other. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you want to feel your reader out, pause, but on some real shit. You know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, we're going to do a general reading right now, alright? Going to be doing a 6-card draw general reading. You know the drill by now. If you don't, I'm going to be talking about who you are right now as an individual and what's affecting you right now as an individual, what you value, what's bothering you, what the short term is looking like, and what the long term is looking like. Pause. Alright? So, let me cut this deck. Just do it right here. Okay. And draw the first card, alright? So, what we got here? We have the Wheel of Fortune in the upright. So this is who you are right now. So you get the fantastic draw of the Wheel of Fortune, which is one of the greatest cards in the deck. I would say depending on who you ask too, but I don't know of many people who get upset if they see the Wheel of Fortune. You know what I'm saying? Because it's about good luck. It's about destiny. It's about, and you can be experiencing this right now, okay? Some good luck. Some good karma being returned for you for something that you did for someone or something. It could even be something that was just not directly related to people that you knew. You know, it could have been that person that you gave some change on the corner one day when they asked you for it and you had it. You know what I'm saying? And that could be the thing that's actually returning something to you. And I say that more than anything because the Wheel of Fortune is a major arcana, right? So when major arcanas are drawn, I like to look at things from a larger perspective. I think everyone else should as well. You know, this is talking to your higher self. And I think this has produced you the chance to overcome some type of upheaval that may be happening at the current time. So when you see the Wheel of Fortune, it's good to also realize that because the cycle of life turns, you gotta expect that something is going to come up, pause, that is relative to life's everyday struggles and challenges. And you just happen to be that individual who has been blessed, who has been showed favor despite the adversities that life has been pitching in general. You know what I'm saying? You might have seen something in the news that was disturbing. You might have even walked past something that was disturbing. You might have heard someone's story that was disturbing and thought to yourself like, man, I'm truly glad and I have gratitude that that's not me that's experiencing that right now. You know what I'm saying? And that's not to throw shade on the person or the people who's experiencing it, but you just want to show that gratitude to, to the universe. Like, yo, I know I'm one out of many that has, hadn't had to undergo what that other person or those other people are undergoing. You know what I mean? I also feel like this is you not behaving like you're a know-it-all, but you could play the role of, yo, I told them so. You could do that if you wanted to, but it's just like you feel so blessed and highly favored that you're just like, you know what, I'm not taking that approach because it could be worse. And that's your attitude. And I think that's cool because you know you can do something and you'd rather not. You know, you'd rather continue doing the things that you feel got you lucked up in this Wheel of Fortune cycle. You know what I mean? But let's see what's affecting you right now. Virgos and Virgo watchers. Okay, so we got the the 4 of Cups in reverse. So you're motivated. You're motivated by not just anything, but you're motivated by something that has emotionally moved you. This could feel spiritual. This can be something that you needed to actually, bring you out of a place of stagnation because you were stuck for whatever reason, and it could be valid. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes procrastination can be beneficial. I've explained this sometimes in astrological videos, and I know some people can look at that like, you just looking for a reason or an excuse to be lazy, and it's just like, well, maybe, that's not my intent, but the way that I view it is how the word is worded, procrastination. If it's a pro in the beginning, obviously it got to be something positive and productive. You understand what I'm saying? So all you got to do right now is reflect on when you felt like you had to be on go at all times. I don't want you to think about a bad experience, but just think about an experience. Like, let's say somebody invited you to go somewhere and you was like, man, I don't really want to go. But you went anyway because they invited you and like you know them and you didn't want to let them down. And then you went and you had like a terrible time. It was just, you wish you didn't go. You know what I'm saying? You survived it, but you wish you didn't go. It's like something inside you told you, pause beforehand, like you shouldn't go. And you went anyway. It's kind of like one of those things. You know what I'm saying? But if you procrastinate, and I'm feeling that you was procrastinating on something that was other though. I think it was procrastination on something that was work related, if I'm being honest. And not only that, but it was an opportunity for you to do something, but you didn't pass up this opportunity. You just delayed it. It was one of those options in your life to where you didn't have to immediately move on it. And not for nothing, you could have benefited from seeing what that would do if you took some time out to answer or respond to a message or, accept a job application and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes when you procrastinate on your response, you delay your response. Sometimes you raise your own price doing that. It shows some type of value. Sure, people might be like, oh, the disrespect on that person. How dare they not respond back to me? Like, fuck is going on with them? Who the fuck they think they are? And it's like, yeah, that's exactly the point. I'm telling you, I am someone. I'm not just some random number that pops up in your fucking application bucket or what have you. You get what I'm saying? So look at that procrastination. This is what's affecting you now. You're looking at that procrastination as something that was worthy because now you're emotionally inspired to bust a move. I don't know if it's relative to one particular thing that you were stuck on, but the point is you're emotionally moved and you're motivated. So it's like you're thinking about how when you just move, you're thinking about how when you make a move and you're not into it, how it doesn't feel worth it. It feels like you're doing too much. So this is making you happy right now. This is what's affecting you right now, and it's affecting you in a way that is positive. Now, let's draw the next card to see what you're valuing at this time. You're valuing nostalgia? Hold on now. But this is the 5 of Cups upright. So it's in an evolutionary process. We go from the 4 to the 5. But I think you're looking at some sadness and grief that came from... I'm not feeling that it's the same thing that you procrastinated about. This is something else. This is relative to things that broke your heart. These are things that made you feel some type of way. And that way was a negative feeling. And I think you're looking at this as valuable because it's like you wouldn't have the know-how or the strength and the courage that you have right now if you didn't experience those past hurts and pains. It's almost like you're glad you know now what you didn't know then, despite how heartbreaking it was, because you might have made larger decisions with the connections, the emotional connections that you had, just based on emotions, on the emotional attachments that you had to those people, places, or things. And because you experienced that hurt and that pain, you're valuing it, because it's like you gotta go through it to go to it. Yeah, that shit sounded fly. I think that's how it goes anyway. I think I heard that before. That's what you value right now. You value the lessons. You value pain. Some people actually do value pain because they know what's on the other side of that. They know how to be happy because they know what the pain side is like. You know what I mean? They know how to be fulfilled. And that's what you value right now. That's your value system right now. So I feel like you're also making change based upon those emotional hurts. And you're taking action. This is another cup energy, so I also feel like it's a piggyback off of the Four of Cups in reverse. Like, it's all emotional, but you're being mature about it because you know you got things lined up for you in the way that you're going. And the loss that you've shedded has just made you lighter. So now let's look at what is actually bothering you. The High Priestess. There's some things that you don't know about, and it's challenging for you to be guided. I think this plays directly into, this is another emotional card. Could be emotional if you don't have all of the knowledge. If you don't have all of the answers right now, it could be emotionally disturbing. And I feel that this derives from the thing that had you stagnated. You were like waiting on something, and it was like it didn't feel well. It didn't connect the way that you wanted it to connect. I feel like you was determined about something, but you pumped the brakes on it. And I think it's largely because of this High Priestess card that popped out just now, because your intuition or your gut told you, same thing, but it told you like, yo, pump the brakes on this thing. You know what I'm saying? And you feel like, well, why? Why do I have to do that if I felt so confident about it? Why do I have to do that if, this is something that I planted a seed for, and I was on go, things seemed like they was growing into fruition, and then all of a sudden I got this gut feeling to play the background. You know what I'm saying? To remove myself from a situation or some people. And it's because the High Priestess is saying, like, look, I'm going to give you a glimpse into what's going on, and I'm getting that this is actually protecting you, this thing that happened. Because let me see something. When you glanced over the emotional hurts that previously happened, it created a rebirth for you to start anew. So it went to the 1 and it went to the 2. This is an evolutionary process, some more. And it's like, listen, like I was saying, there might have been some emotional hurts that's derived from some relationships that you had to shed in order to become lighter. But when the 2 comes into view, you got hope for a new relationship. And even if that relationship is just with spirit, so be it. That may be just it. And it leads you into understanding what mystery is about. If you knew all of the chips of the game at this very moment, then you might become cocky, you might become egotistical, you might become abusive of the power because of it. And it's like, it's just something that you can't fully see. But there should also be a type of wisdom that comes with that. Because when you pump your brakes and you wait for additional knowledge or an emotional gift, right, an emotional inspiration to move forward that you feel more connected with, then you can basically determine that it's for you. It's not nothing to be skeptical or doubtful about. right? When you feel it, you feel it. Pause. But it's just point blank, period. That's how this shit goes, B. You know what I mean? And that's bothering you right now, probably because you want to be more practical and logical about what's going on. So if we're talking about Virgo energy, you got to realize when this is drawn, we're talking about the opposite of your natural tendencies or your natural temperament. You know what I mean? So I feel like that's why it's actually bothering you right now. I think this is work related too. I think you want to be more diligent about something that you had on your mind, and it was just like, spirit is getting involved. Sometimes you'll get sleepy out of nowhere and get like forced to take a nap, and you're like, I didn't want to take a nap today, B. I had shit to do. I could be doing shit. Then you end up napping 2 days. Napping and snacking. You know what I mean? But hey, well-deserved days taken off. I would say, I mean, this is what I'm feeling. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you've waited for some divine intervention. I believe that you received it with the 4 cups in reverse, but it's still bothering you because of the way it transpired. I think it also gives you the feeling that you are not in control of everything. And this is saying like, duh. You know what I mean? But let's see what the short term is looking like for the Virgo energy. The 3 of Pentacles. So in the short term, you're going to be doing some type of studying. I look at this as like research in the research field, and it's preparing you for collaboration. I've seen 333 just recently too. I think it was late last night I seen 333, which inspires one to be prepared to communicate with other people and do some type of collaboration, some teamwork of some sort, to get things qualitative. You know, and it's also going to enhance your determination, because the same way that you wait for a spiritual connection or to get inspired to make a move again, the same thing occurs when you get aligned with these additional people. It's not just spirit, but it's like they're spiritually guided to link up with you for this thing that you can and will do. I do get the feeling like you might have been the workhorse that wanted to plow through it, pause, by yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because you can handle the workload type shit, and it's just like, listen, you can actually use this help, and not for nothing, these people will enjoy helping you. They want to get involved with what you got going because they can see it too. You know what I'm saying? They recognize what you got going on, and they see that it could be well rewarded, and it could benefit them too. I'm not saying that these people are literal opportunists, but they are qualified opportunists. I'd say that. So that's what the short term is looking like. The long term is looking like this. The Page of Cups in reverse. Okay, so we went from the 2 to the 3. And then we get to this Page of Cups in reverse. This is a Pisces card. I think this is something relative to you being in the midst, of being scattered emotionally. Okay, I get what this is. In the long run, right? You're going to feel defeated in regards to some of the strongest suits that you possess about yourself, which is organization, being detailed, being critical, having discernment, but also striving for perfection. All of these strong suits that you have, you're gonna feel almost like there's a waste. It's a waste to be that talented at those things. Reason being is, although this is an evolutionary process for you, right? What's going to happen in the long run is that you're going to have to behave more childlike. You're going to have to be in the vein of being more childlike and open to not having all the answers and open to feeling your way through, instead of being so perfectly kept that you know all of the numbers, you know all of the stats, and you're basing all of your decisions based off of that. This is an energy in the long run. I'm seeing that if you don't prepare yourself to be able to, and I mean this even in the way of delving into your past, delving into your memories, possibly even past lives, to where some things could feel traumatizing, or some things can feel like you just can't escape them because they're always a part of you. And it's like, that's the point, that you don't really rid all of the things that you've been through. If you remember them, you remember them for a reason. It's like your scars are like badges. You get what I'm saying? They're like medals. So whenever you can get the time to reflect on those things that hurt you in the past, issues that made you feel like it's taking too long for your dreams to come into fruition, you're going to have to stomach that. And I'm feeling that this is because we're in a time right now where things are not going to be so matter of fact. There's going to be some confusing times in your future in the long run, because everything is not going to be so certain. We're in the age of unpredictability. It could be something that you get excited about based upon knowing this, that there is actually an upside to this. Like some people, right? I'll give you an example of what I mean, because this might sound like, yeah, fucking right, but easier said than done type shit. But let me explain. You can become a great writer, right? So, Virgo, communicative, Mercury, all of that shit. You can become an outstanding writer based upon a lot of emotional hurts that you've experienced, and even emotional hurts that you've observed people experience. And you may not know that you need that part, that you're not so, and I don't know, you could have Piscean aspects or, Leo, more creative aspects in your chart, I'm not sure. But you can utilize these things that are not so Virgo-like to actually excel in life and bring some type of story to people in a way that you wouldn't have originally thought of doing it. You might have came across as very posh and matter of fact, but now with you being able to dig into those past memories and actually, look into your childhood and see where you can garner up some beneficial lessons for people to learn from, you can turn that feeling into a positive. You know what I'm saying? Because I get the feeling you're going to be all right. The plan here was to not let those past memories erode your health because you want to put yourself down. With Virgo energy, we dealing with the worst critic is being yourself, So you don't have to do that. You can look in the mirror and be like, I know I've renewed myself. I know I came out of some dark places, and I know I'm much better off now than I was before. That should be enough confidence for you to be able to hear about your past, think about your past, feel your past, and still be able to make something out of it. Alright? So I hope this helps everyone who watched this, especially if you watched it to this far. I salute you. I appreciate you for doing so. Until next time.